Hey, so some smart home news. Aqara just came out with a new motion sensor. So yes, they had motion sensors in the past that worked with Zigbee. They now have a new one that works with Thread. So this is the P2 sensor from Aqara for motion and light sensing. So that's really cool. So if you don't know what Thread is, it's basically the new protocol, kind of like Zigbee, that allows your devices to connect and work in your smart home. Thread is being adopted by multiple manufacturers like Apple, Amazon, Google, and this has Matter over Thread. So Matter is another protocol that lets a lot of devices connect to anything. So instead of buying something that only works with HomeKit or only works with Amazon, if it's Matter certified, it should work with all the major players. So you don't have to worry about, oh, will this work with my smart home? So this little guy, he will connect directly to your smart home. So let's say you have an Apple HomeKit setup or a Home Assistant setup like I do. You can just go to your Matter settings and you can pair him directly to your smart home. You can't use the hub currently, the current hubs that they have with him. So you just have to pair this guy directly to your smart home, which it's pretty cool. Matter has been really good. It's been a little flaky here and there just because it's so new, especially in like Home Assistant. But in HomeKit, I would say 95% good. My nano leaf light bulbs have they've been okay, but it's still early on. So what's great about this is that if you connect this to Apple HomeKit, you will get a motion and a light sensor. So you can have it in your room and you say, if I walk into the room, so it senses motion, turn on the lights only if the lights currently, so let's say the window's open, only if the lights are dimmer than, whatever brightness you want. So then if it's bright outside, you've got big windows open and the room is well lit, and you walk into the room and it senses motion, you can have a condition, at least I do this in Home Assistant with other motion sensors I have, that if it's too bright in the room, just don't turn on the lights. And if I want the lights on, I can click a switch and it'll do that. So this guy adds that functionality, which is really cool. This one I have one with Zigbee, the old version. It had a light sensor too, but you couldn't get that into the Apple HomeKit for some reason. You had to do it through the Aqara app and all that. So now it's in HomeKit. So this is really cool. Good job, Aqara, for continuing making great, inexpensive products. This one I have that has, the one I owned that had Zigbee, never changed the batteries on it yet. We'll see how a Thread protocol one will last. But Thread is very low power and it runs really well the more Thread devices you have. So you need devices with Thread. So if you have a HomePod mini, if you have the new HomePod, the big one, a newer gen Apple TV, that will work. If you want it to work with Home Assistant, you need a SkyConnect adapter or somehow to get Thread into your Home Assistant. The SkyConnect is a $30 dongle and it gives Thread to your Home Assistant. The new Amazon Echoes, they have Thread, and I believe the new Google Nest hubs have Thread also. So if you have the newer smart home devices, this should work just fine. If you're hanging on to like an older HomePod or a older Amazon Echo or something like that, then you might need considering upgrading so that you can work with these things, because Thread seems to be the future. Matter over Thread is definitely the future. And yeah, so good job, Aqara. Keep up the great work.